Hello there. Hi. I want to share a story with you. So what I do is I work for the living God, Yeshua, and the Holy Spirit. Okay. So I want to share a battle that I lost. So this happened a few years back. Um, uh, at that time, I was following a prophecy that I got 2 or 5 years before that time. So I can share all the details because or privacy of characters. Anyway, so I was following the prophecy and I noticed that everything was falling into place. It was almost ready for the prophecy to be, to be born, to to be there. Um, my prophecy had to do with another person, a prophet. And then at the same time that everything is coming together, everything is right there. We just it's like just one step and we're there. Is a figure of speech. So then I heard that the prophet is something was wrong with his body, and the soonest I heard this, I knew this was an attack, a spiritual attack. Um, before I continue, I want to apologize to Anan and her brother. I read their story. It's similar to this one that I'm gonna share with you. When I read their story, it was about a nun being in a temple and her brother rescuing her. She almost uh, was canceled, like out of this world. And he rescued her, and then the story went to where she met this guy, and then she disappeared. When I read the story, I thought that she wasn't very clever, she wasn't very smart, but now I know. Now that this happened to me, I know that these people work in groups. They don't work just one person. You're not just against one person. You're against a whole group. Okay. Now going back to the story. So I heard that the prophet was something was wrong with his body. So when I heard this, I knew this was a spiritual attack because similar attacks happened to me before. Um, so I stood up and I looked up to the sky and I let God know that I was ready if in case He needed me for anything. That I was aware that this was an attack and I was just there in case He needed me. So then at the same time or like the same week, I knew this girl, this friend. I knew her for 6 years. I knew her as the worship leader of a church, the worship leader of a church, and she was always talking about God and being so like like a church woman kind of. And I never thought anything wrong. She was sweet. She has sweet voice. I was never suspicious of her doing something else other than going to church and work. Well, she started kind of flirting with me, and I fell for it. I go, well, she's a worship leader. She's always talking about God. I think we have a match here. I think we and her, we can, you know, go out and see. And so we start going out. Uh, we went out for like a month. And then every time I try to take her to her house, she will start crying and crying really like intense crying. And I will say, why are you crying? It's just because I had to go home. Then one day I saw her mother yelling at her like really violently, aggressive. And I thought, okay, and now I know why she was crying. Um, and I thought, okay, I guess the solution is to take her to her sister-in-law. So I took her to her sister-in-law to stay there, but then the whole family turned against the sister-in-law. So I asked her at the time, my girlfriend, if she wanted to. I go, okay, it's too soon to get married. We've been only 1 month. I said, hey, do you want to move with me? And then, you know, we'll. I was thinking we'll see if we really match because it's only 1 month. And she said, no. The only way I will move with you is if we get married. And I thought, oh, what a nice Christian woman. I wasn't allowed to kiss her. I wasn't allowed to almost not touch her. And I thought that, oh, that's, I guess, because she's a real Christian woman. Well, um, now I'm laughing. I'm laughing because I get nervous and because it hurts. Remembering it hurts. Anyway, then I started looking for another solution and I thought like, okay, either I leave her or I marry her. But this can be like the way we're going is like she's gonna. I thought she was suffering, and is what they made me believe. So I decided to okay, let's get married then. So we got married within a month. But okay, so everything was a play. This wasn't real. What I just shared with you, they play all this, so they can manipulate everything. So I will marry her right away. Then I I thought about it before I asked her to marry me, and I, you know, calculated, speculated, like, okay, she is Christian. I do believe in God, like she believes in God, like I do, and she sounds like very faithful to God. Okay, I think this can work. And for me, when I determine to do something, I will do my best to make it work. Uh, so everything she decided to, yeah, let's get married, and everything was normal. Um, and she was having problems with her family because she was with me, and all this was just a play. It wasn't real. Then everything started changing when she moved to my house. We will go to my house like to once in a while, but every time we'll go. We before we enter my house, I felt like we were uh, we were we were being disarmed. I felt like as soon as I step at the door of my house to enter, I felt like weapons fall off. That's how I felt with her. But with me, just by myself, I didn't feel that. My house was full of peace. I'm just gonna share how my house was before she moved in because it's important. I will have the best, peaceful. God was in the house. Um, I will have my neighbor. He had like a music studio. He will be playing music from uh, 6 p.m. until the next day, 6 p.m. Loud music. I was able to sleep through that music because God was there. It was really good, really awesome. I felt a few angels around the house, so it was great. But then when I come to the house with her, I will feel like I'm being disarmed, like weapons falling off. Okay, so that was a little different, but I didn't have the experience to understand. No churches will teach you about this. I try. And right now I'm being attacked because I'm talking about this. My cough is not normal. Anyway, aba Allah shamima kreniti pashnushi mi tuiki protniesa prani tuishti mi tuishni atakuita rasnusa sinakridiatava. A little prayer for protection. Nothing wrong. Okay, so um, so I didn't think nothing wrong because I didn't have the experience to understand what was going on. But then that day when she moved into my house, she said, "Oh, I'm gonna go with my friends from work. I'll be back. I'm going out. You know, they're gonna give me some. They wanted to invite me or something. They were gonna have some lunch or something." But when she came back to my house, it felt like hell moved with her. From that day, I started feeling like tormented. My peace was gone. The presence of God wasn't. I didn't feel it in the house. I was under a torture day and night. I felt like my spirit was active 24/7, was fighting 24/7. My body ache, every part of my body ache. It's like um, it's like having needles through your body every day and night. When I sleep, I couldn't rest. I couldn't feel, um, you know, the restful night when you sleep. You feel like like a baby the next day. I couldn't feel that no more. I tried to understand what was going on, and I couldn't understand anything. Anything that I knew about the kingdom of God or the kingdom of darkness, it wasn't matching. I didn't have any information. I was like, I'm in trouble because I don't know what to do. I thought that she was possessed. So one day I got tired. We went to the gym, and our way back in the parking lot, I got tired. I got it. So I grabbed her. I prayed for her, and she started acting like a goat. Her face changed everything. It was didn't know that. Okay, her face changed like a goat, like a goat. She acted like a goat, like not a lamb, like a goat. Oh, sorry. And I keep praying for an hour, and nothing changed. I was very confused. We go home. We went home, and we keep. I keep dealing with the same torment for let me think, for 5 6 months. Then at the 6 month, I faced her. I had lost connection with God. I felt like something was around me that I couldn't connect with God. My authority before her, I will tell demons to do whatever I wanted to. They will do it. Like for example, I pray for this lady. One of the um, one of the spirits were on the, what do you call that part? The liver, I think. And I commanded the spirit to leave, but the spirit tried to trick me and went into the stomach and instead of the liver. I mean, instead of leaving. And I knew he was there, so I told him, "Hey, get out! I told you to leave," and he left. That was my authority. It was easy. Well, after the 6 month, I knew that my authority was gone, my connection with God was gone. I wasn't the same. Um, Something happened. and it was bad. Then one day, I I came home and she offered me a drink, and I said, and I didn't answer. And then she asked me again. I said, no, thanks. And she asked me again, and she asked me again, and she asked me again. And then she asked me again, and I said, okay, give me the drink. When I drank that thing, it was normal. Um, the thing was whiskey, a shot of whiskey. I needed it after my hard day of work. I work in construction. And I needed it for my muscle to relax so I can rest. So I drank the shot of whiskey, and I knew it wasn't going to be a problem because it's only a shot. But then I tried to get up to go to the bathroom, and the whole thing shake. My whole body shake. I couldn't stand still. I'm like, oh no, something was in the whiskey. So I went to the bathroom. I came back to the living room, where she was. When I came back to the living room, something evil. I felt evil. I felt with tremendous anger, hate. I never felt that hate before, and anger within me, in my body, in myself. And I needed to let that anger out. I needed to let that anger out. So I just grabbed the table that it was in the living room, the coffee table, and I picked it up with one hand, and I said, I, s- I kind of challenged the Satan, and I said, I'm tired of you. You're always messing up with my life. When I said that, this is what I saw happening. I don't know if this, I don't know why I saw this. I don't know what they gave me to drink. Maybe the same stuff they use when they had rituals. I don't know. But I saw like a spiral, something turning and getting bigger, like a circle. There was like, have you seen I forgot what it's called. It's a Chinese object that has white and black in one side, and they look like ah, like what do you call the frag? The anyway, I don't know the name of it, but it looked like the symbol of white and black, and they were spinning and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But the thing in the living room, it didn't have any color. It was like dimensional because it looked um, how do I describe it? It didn't have life, but it was solid. But it didn't the material, the matter that it was made of, it almost looked like have you ever seen how demons look with no color? Like they don't look dead, but they don't look alive. Anyway, so the thing was starting to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So I knew that I had made a mistake. I had kind of challenged Satan, and he was coming. So right away, I said, God, I think I make a mistake. I need your help. When I said that, I barely finished the sentence. I run to the bathroom and I throw up. As soon as I throw up, I feel so much peace. I feel so much peace. And oh, before I continue, this is very important to mention. My ex, my ex, she told me this. She said, "You have your back open. I will enter through your back." Is what she told me. She said, I repeat. She said, "You have your back open. I will enter through your back. Meaning my armor was open on my back. I had a full armor, but my back was open. She said, I will enter through your back. Now, let me go back to the story where I was. I ran to the bathroom. I threw up, and I feel so much peace. A deep, really good, like God's peace, beautiful peace. And um, and then I heard her voice. She called my name, but in a kind of like a movie, a scary movie. And I'm like, oh, don't bother me right now. I'm feeling so much peace. And she called it again. And when I look, she had come out of her body. Now she looked like, remember the silver stream? I think it's in the Bible, I think. I don't remember. I'm not sure. Well, her figure looked like silver, but just like a line make forming a human body. But now she looks like 3 feet tall, and she looks like a kind of like a doll. But she can move, she can run, she can do anything, like move, run, anything. The soon as I turn and look at her, now looking like a silver kind of uh, like a doll. I can only see her when she's running, and when she turns like this, that's when I can see the figure. And then she turns, and I can see the figure. But if she were to go sideways, I wouldn't be able to see her. Mm-mm. But only when she turns, it's like silver. It's shiny, but it's spiritual. So she ran towards me, jumped. When she jumped on my face, she was trying to go on my back, and I'm trying to push her. And now she's looking like a little doll, 3 foot high or 4 foot, 3 foot. So I don't know how long this went for. I passed out. I believe God helped me because of what she told me later. I woke up on the floor of the bathroom. I didn't know what happened. She just told me like, Joshua really defended you. He really cares for you. Something like that. And I thank him. After that, after that um, problem or fight, I don't know how to describe it. I decide to break up with her. Like I know she's not gonna change. I knew that she wasn't going to change, but she made me believe that she was going to change. All she wanted to do is be close to me, so she can keep manipulating my life, and I will still be surrounded by the demons because I was surrounded, and I didn't know at that time because she was a Satanist. She was a daughter of Satan. She was the daughter of Satan, and her job was to um, somehow guard me, so I will not interfere with what were they doing to the prophet. And even though she was guarding me, and I was surrounded by demons and the kingdom of hell, the Lord sent 2 angels. Before, um, I practice how to interact with angels because I will see them all the time. But I don't see them in this. When they come, I see them in their dimension. Um, I'll explain that later, another video. And when they used to come, they will come with time. They will minister to me, and they will take their time sometimes. Like no rush, no problem. But this time, I felt that they were two angels that came together. But this time, this is how it happened. I was asleep. Um, I was expecting something like that because I told God that I'm ready if you need me. So the two angels came really like quick, like that. But when they came, they they pulled me, they throw me on the floor from the bed. So I will hit the floor and I will wake up. Like in 1 second, or less than a second, my spirit transferred to my mind everything that happened, the whole information and the dream and the interpretation of the dream and what to do. So I got up, I write it down in the bathroom and the interpretation too. I I try to take what the Lord gave me. No, the information first uh, to the prophet, but I couldn't because he didn't know me, and I didn't know that I have the daughter of Satan next to me, and God wanted me to be like a channel for the prophet because what he was fighting with, uh, it was really intense. It was strong. Uh, it was very strong. The thing was very strong. Um, I don't know if I mentioned to you, but in case I didn't, the Christian churches were against him. The warlocks and the witches were against him. There were many people against him. It wasn't just one demon. It was many spirits, many people, Christian people and warlocks and witches. So I tried to send a message to the prophet and it failed. They didn't understand me. And I didn't have the experience that I have now to explain to them. I thought they will be humble enough to tell me, we don't interpret dreams. We don't know what you're saying. But they didn't say that. I thought they that we were the same. That ah, I was wrong. That they will be humble and say, hey, we don't understand this dream. What are you trying to say? Then I will explain because they weren't open to receive or to do anything. Even though I had the proof in the dream I had, and I can say much, but I had the proof. I shared the dream with one of the prophet's friends, and I said, okay. And there was a key. There was a key in the dream, a number, and it it was the same number. Let's say it like I'm gonna explain it like that. So there was the proof that the dream proof that the dream I had it was from God, but they didn't believe me or whatever they thought. Maybe they thought that I wanted fame and money. No, I didn't care for that. I don't even care for that. Anyway, so the prophet is no longer with us. Um, after after my little battle with my ex, she said she wanted to change and she wanted to be my friend. I knew she was lying. Every time you have a witch, or a Satanist coming to your church and saying, I'm changing, and she starts crying and saying, I accept Jesus Christ as my Savior, she's probably lying. She's acting. So um, we continued to kind of see each other like friends. In the meantime, she was doing spells. She was doing anything that she can do to destroy my finances, to destroy my hope, to confuse my gifts. She was attacking me in every aspect of my life, like gifts, spiritual gifts, hope, happiness, joy, everything. She wanted me to be depressed and die. She wanted me to end up in jail. She wanted me to to delete myself. She put I think what is called is witchcraft. Witchcraft in my microwave, in my food, in my drinks, in my furniture, in my bed. She will be sleeping with her pastor in my bed. She will be sleeping with different people in my bed because they will that way they will call demons and spirits to be in my bed. So every time I lay down, those demons and spirits will enter my body. She she told me that she will leave work 2 hours before her before before the regular time, and she will go and cheat on me with someone. Uh, I knew she was doing very bad things because of a little words I catch on when she spoke. She was a teacher of a preschool, I think. I don't know if you call it preschool. They're babies. They're like 2, 3 years old kids. Um, and I will never trust that woman with my kid. Never. She looks adorable and she has that sweet voice. But if you have seen the face that I saw on her, her true face, you wouldn't trust your kid with that woman. Anyway, um, we continue to be friends for another 6 months, and um, they put a mixture with a spell in my house, in my new house, because I moved. And the witchcraft is not just an altar. It's also they mix some stuff that I don't know what that is, but that mixture opens the door to hundreds and hundreds of demons, and not just a little demons. These are demons that are called from of a uh, or a Satan. The Satanist call these demons. These demons are not like demons that comes because I sin. Those are low rank. These demons are heavier rank um, because they come through rituals and blood and all this stuff. Okay, so I end up with after those 6 months, I end up with uh, my cell was full of darkness and demons and spirits, but because of my level of spirituality with God, when they came, I was able to reject them, but not all of them. So I sinned, I fell, I felt of my salvation. I almost lost my salvation, and they tried to delete me spiritually, not physically, more than 3, 4 times. But because I was God made me very resilient, very strong in my mind, but it wasn't easy. It took me a long time to get out of the um, I don't know what to call it, of the fall of the battle. They were they were um, they were always passing by my house, and really strange vehicles. One of those vehicles that you see on movies, scary movies from the palm, where there are crazy people that eat people. Do you know those trucks that come that look dirty, like they are in the middle of the forest or the palm where there is alligators and stuff? Those trucks look like that. They look scary. They look like those trucks, and they will pass by my house, checking how I was doing. So I had to move more than 3, 4 times. Um, Sorry, that God is coming. God is coming right now. So the weapons. Okay, so let me see. So they were. Um, I was being watched physically. I moved 4 times, 3, 4 times. I kept moving. Um, the weapons, or what they use, is a lot telepathy. They use that when you're asleep. They speak somehow to you when you're asleep, and you wake up. I believe they use a spell as well, and you wake up thinking different, acting different. They are able to go into your body because they're spirits, like we are spirits. They can drain your energy, physical, emotional, spiritual. They can steal your gifts. They can take your gifts from you and use them for them. What else? They can come out of their body. They can astral project. They can open portals. What else? They have a very good discernment of people, so they can tell who is sending, who is not, who's everything. Their weapons are spirits, a spirit of violence, a spirit of fury, a spirit of destroying a spirit. All those spirits that you can think of, they use them and they come into your body. Um, Remember now, you may be thinking, my pastor told me that only if I sin, this will happen. He's wrong. Remember, the Bible says that we are a war. We are in a battle, in a constant battle all the time. And in this battle, there is no rules for them. They will use something like a perfume that you bought at the store, or they will use something like your favorite drink you buy at the store. I had gone to buy milk, for example, and it has a spell on it. How do I know it has a spell on it? Because my belly starts to blow up like a balloon, and I start feeling a strong demonic activity inside my body. And I just went to the store to buy milk. That's how they work. They operate through, they can sell you, you can go buy a blanket. And if you're not careful, um, you can have something in the blanket. They use um, even, they can use anything. They can put a spell on any material stuff, like a comb, a wallet, um, aromatic candle. They can do that. They can. What else can they use? Oh, they can use the spirit realm. The way they connect with you, the other way they can do that is by you thinking about them. If you think, like, let's say I think about my ex, I'm opening a connection between me and her. Right there, she can attack me. When I send a text, when I make a phone call, when I am friends with them in Facebook, Instagram, I have a door open. That's how easy they can do this. And so don't, the thing about like only if you send they will do this to you is wrong. It's not right. They can do this like in these ways that I just share with you. They can, uh, so it's not just if you send. No, we are at war. And if you're not fighting, that means you are not strong enough. You are not um, spiritual enough for them to fight you because you are not a threat to them. If they're not fighting you, eh, they don't have to worry about you. But when you start growing and understanding the spiritual kingdom, laws, ways, and the real truth about the Spirit of God, about um, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of darkness, their secrets, is when they attack you because now you are a threat to them. Now you can become dangerous to them. And I had nothing to lose. I had lost everything. Uh, everything. They I they make one. I had a truck. They make it fail. My ex sent a curse to my truck and it fell. I had a car. She used a mixture of something with a spell and it fell. It broke down. Um, I have nothing to lose. I would. What else can they do to me? You know. Anyway, um, I want to share this with you. I hope you use this information in a good way, um, so you won't fall into this trap. Everything that you hear in churches are just most of the time they're never been these people that they had never been in battle like a strong battle, and they just share what they heard or what they read. But it's big. It's a big difference when you are in a battle and fighting than when you hear about it or when you read about it. Sorry. I feel like God is protecting me right now. Okay, so thank you for watching, and God bless you. Sorry, I'm distracted, but God is all over right now. Okay, uh, I hope you like this video, and God bless. Ciao.